Hi, everybody. Welcome to Live at 5. I'm Deana with Craft and Carafe. I am going to be sharing with you guys today what went out in our November box, which is actually the Christmas crafts. And that went out in our mini craft box is what we're looking at today. So this is our subscription box. It comes to your house once a month, automatically, something new, custom fill, like made just for you. You guys are going to love it. So we are going to go ahead and take a look at what came in our box, the mini craft box. There we go. Switch over to the paint cam. Cute. Yeah, I love it. So this is what came in I think this is your medium box. You either got 2 crafts in your small, 3 crafts in a medium, do a large or a deluxe, which can get you up to 5 crafts every month. So those are a lot of fun to do. Depending on how much crafting you want to do every month is how much you want to do your crafts. So today we are going to go ahead and do these. We're going to, I don't know if we'll be crafting them all at the same time, but we'll see what happens here. We're going to use this fun new trick I've been doing too. So masking tape. And it's going to hold all of our little pieces so that we don't have to worry about where they're at. There we go. Stick it down. And then you just take your little pieces. Whoop, slippery. And you're going to put them on here so you don't have to hold each piece as you're painting it. And you don't lose pieces. That's another benefit, which is fantastic because there's nothing worse than dropping a little piece. Now what? So we will get all of this out here. As I said, this is a subscription box that you can get sent to you, to your house, to your friend's house. You can send it. They make great gifts too. So if you don't want it for yourself and you can think, oh my gosh, I know exactly who would love this. You can do it as a family thing. You can have a party, have your friends over. But once a month, it just automatically shows up with something new. It's like a little crafty surprise. Crafty surprise. So I've got the backboard and this front part here. That's our first craft. So we'll work on that. But I think I want to work on kind of all the lettering at the same time. I can't help myself. We'll put the house to the side for now. And we'll just kind of slide the gingerbread out of the way also and work on one at a time. It's probably best. I can't help myself. I want to do them all. Do you guys experience that? I get in there and do all the crafts. So cookies for Santa. Let's think about what we want to do here. We're going to need some white. Santa, I'm thinking I want done in red. Cookies should look like little cookies is what I think I'm going to go for. So we'll do the back probably, maybe we'll do some blue. I'm going to grab a tray here. I'm going to do a little light blue. Oops, that guy's gone. Get rid of that. But you don't need very much. That's perfect. I love using up all my extras when I'm doing these projects because then I still have use for them. I always use those paints all the way to the end. It's surprising how far they go. Like this would be enough to do this for sure. And then probably some. So I'm going to take my paint water. I'm going to dip it in here. Take it just a little bit off. And I'm going to dip corner, corner, middle, and then swipe it on there. Corner, corner, middle. I don't even have to go in the same order. I can go in whatever order I want, but it makes some really fun highlights instead of it just being a solid color. Don't have to get all the way to the edge because we're going to be putting this right on top. So you don't have to worry about your edges so much, just enough that it's going to be covered by your frame. be fun to sit with your kids and do this together. Depending on the size of the kit, each month you have something new that you can decorate together, or someone can decorate from afar, or you can make and gift to someone. All great ideas. So we'll put that guy up here and brush in. So we've got now a tray to go on the outside, which maybe might be done best in black, I'm thinking. So we'll take a little bit of black. Let's put some black over here. Won't take much. All right, and then we're going to go ahead and paint this. Get this out of the way. There we go. Looks better over there. Now you just have to hear it. You don't have to look at it. There we go. So we are now going to take our black over here and just go all the way around. Not have to worry too much because it's just this one layer. And that's the fun thing about these wooden layered crafts is you don't have to worry. They're kind of chill. You just get to hang out, paint your craft, do it piece by piece, and everything just comes together at the end like a nice little puzzle. So I'm kind of a messy artist, but we all know that. That's okay. We'll just clean up that black a little so it doesn't transfer. We're going to work over here on this, and I know I want this done in red, and I got all my Flicey markers out. I don't know if you guys can see over here on my tabletop, but they are all out, and I've done this little thing over here. It says test. So it's tested them all, so I've already pre-shook them. I've already tested them all, but if you are using the markers, remember those are real paint in there. You want to make sure that you go ahead and test them, shake them up really well. So, but I like the way I can use these markers on the words and it still leaves a nice black edge on your cut because of the laser cutter that we use to cut these. We cut them all ourselves. You guys should see the tables that are next to me because I am actually going to be going on a trip tomorrow. I'm very excited. Don't worry, I'll be back for the next live. It's actually already ready, but I'm going to be going on a trip, and so I'm trying to get the boxes done ahead of time so that you guys still get your subscription boxes on time. So I'm already cutting them out. They're already packaging up over here, and they are the winter boxes, and they are adorable. I cannot get over them. I'm really excited to do them. You guys have all received your Christmas box in your November box. Christmas came in your November box. That's what I meant to say. See, this tape is really great. Maybe we need to start using tape. Everybody get a roll of tape. This thing is it's like $3, I think. Give you a roll of masking tape. You got to get yourself a roll so you can do this nice little decoration and see if you just kind of get to hang out, sip on your beverage of choice. We've got a lovely tea this evening. But I'm kind of loving the way these pens work. See, nice and bright and vibrant. Now cookies I'm not wanting to do too much with because they kind of look like cookies. I'm going to end up decorating them with some speckles, I think. So we could work with that. I'm thinking about maybe some blue speckles on it. So again, using these, I'm just going to add some speckles all the way around them. Don't worry, I'm coming back for more speckles. But they make nice little dots. I just get mine on Amazon. Heather will put the link down below for you guys, but they are just my favorite thing. Let's see. Maybe it'll look like more like Christmas lights. Yeah, I think it looks like sprinkles because of the colors that I'm doing that are very like cookie sprinkle color. Got a little bit of bright in there. I always think the sprinkles are super bright, so that's the look I'm going for. I think I like it so much. They just look like little cookie sprinkles. I'm not sure how well you guys can see it, but I'll brighten that up when I bring it up closer to you to the camera. But let's see here. Let's do a red heart, and because I want the red to be a little different color than the other red, I'm just going to use paint and let it dry. That way it's a slightly different red than the word Santa. Plus, I'm just going to add a touch of white in there to give my red some ombre effect. So a little bit of white at the end using that same brush. I just brushed it up. So I'll have a little bit of an ombre effect, and then we'll end up filling that little heart in the middle. Pardon me. So it'll look like frosting is what I'm thinking. And then we got this guy that's going to look just like frosting. But let's do the word for. I'll make that kind of bright since it's small. I really want it to stand out. Oh, not too much. It's not like the main word. So it'll pop off of this blue I've got up here, but it's still going to be like this bright, vivid popping. So finally, we're going to need to do our cupcake. So let's get that done here. A little bit of green, I think, for the base down here. And I'm just going to brush it right below that little line that I've given you. And I just do that by very little paint and moving really slow, and it kind of, it's right up in there. Or you can use your paint pens. But we're going to make this look like a little Christmas thing, so we're going to go with some white now at the very top, and I'm not even going to worry too much about that cherry because it is going to get colored all on its own. And putting a little bit of white underneath a color that you really want to pop, it really does help, because then the color is not getting absorbed into the wood. I don't know if you guys can notice on here, but I'm kind of getting absorbed into the wood as it dries. So that's why sometimes you'll do 2 coats. And the fun part about doing this at home is you can do 2 coats. So I'm going to go all the way up there with a nice little cake frosting there, and we'll just go very carefully. You know, all those little things. Got something on there. Here we go. Fixed. There we go. All right, and I think I'm not happy. Well, let's see what I feel about these cookies on the tray. Yeah, I think they look more like cookies now once I put them on the tray. So that's good. That's fantastic. We're going to let this dry. We're going to go ahead and take the word Santa off because it's looking pretty dry. You know, before I take the word Santa off, my favorite thing in the whole wide world is glitter. So we're going to go ahead and glitter Santa up because I feel like he just needs a little bit more. Just a little bit more. So I am going to go ahead and put this all on. It's a little touch, and it's going to look a little white when it goes on. This is the hologram glitter that is included in your box also. So you guys get the hologram glitter. If you don't have a box, you have got to experience this. It is like my favorite. It takes on whatever color you put it on. So as you're going through, and it goes a long way. So I've got people that have told me they're still using their first paint set from the first box. So they've got lots of paint sets. They can mix colors, have their colors mixed in the little containers. Now they're going to have multiple colors because you also get a color wheel, which helps you with that. But there is so many options out there, and the paint goes so far. You can tell, like, look at, I haven't even barely touched my paint. I've got these little teeny containers that don't have very much going on in them, but it goes a long ways, guys. This acrylic paint, you're going to love it. And it's super forgiving. So let's say I'm like, oh, I actually don't want my cookies to be brown, I'm just going to go ahead and paint right over the top of them whatever color I want, and it's going to be fine. I'm going to show you guys that with the heart here in just a second, because we're going to do another heart right over the top of it since it's got two there. So I've got these pink pen. I love these pens. And we're just going to go right over the line, making the inside of the heart match the outside of the heart, and then fill it in. That's going to completely cover up right where that red was. It'll look really nice. And popping like a cookie. Now it looks like a cookie, like a frosted cookie. Alright, so now we will take these little guys off. And we're going to set them up here because everything's starting to dry. So we're going to see what it's going to look like once we glue it. It's kind of satisfying putting it on there. Just going to... Yeah, I like the 4 being not too super vivid because I think the effect of the cookies and Santa is what I really want to pop when I glue it. So, and you have little tweezers that come in your kit also that'll help you here. Oh, I need to finish that. So you can still see the words. You can see in the background here, even though we painted it, the grooves still come out. So you still get to see where all of your letters go on no matter which one we're doing. In the next one, that's going to be really important, you guys will see, because it's gingerbread bakery. That's a lot of letters, and it's hard to get them to line up. But when you've got the guidelines, it really does help. So we're going to just put a cherry on top of this with a little marker. When you buy that Fleicy kit, you get a big marker and a little marker. And then I'm just going to use the back of my brush here and get just a little bit of glitter, put it on there, and it's going to kind of pile it up with that holographic glitter, and it's going to make it look like a really great cherry when it dries. It's going to look really great. So we're just going to set it to the side, and you guys can watch it dry. Watch it dry. It'll take a minute, but it'll dry as I'm doing this next piece. So I'm going to do the same thing that I did before. I'm going to take all my little words and put them over here so I can paint them. And this tape, it just works. It's just regular masking tape. I got the 1-inch variety because I just like a little room, but you can use just any masking tape, painting tape, like painter's tape, I guess is what it's called. Do you guys do gingerbread cookies with your family? Do you do cookie baking day? Do you do a cookie exchange? I've done a cookie exchange. Those are my favorite. Those are my very favorite. But I'm just going to get our little gingerbread guys out of there. And then we're going to talk about what we're going to do in the background here. This one's got really pretty wood. So I think I'm going to try to preserve the wood on this one. And I think my option, ooh, I have an idea. What if I took and preserved the wood and I instead just put some glitter on the background and let the wood stand through? Or we can do it as a little bit of a stain with some glitter in it, which might be very pretty. So Gingerbread Baking Company. I'm not going to have a whole lot of red. So let's do a red stain. Okay, best way to do a red stain. You are going to take your brush and dip it in your water. It's wet. I'm going to dip it in. Drippy, drippy, wet. Okay? Then we're going to just dip it right into your red. Right into the red. Now you got some red. You got a drippy, wet brush. And we're going to brush it on. And we're just going to keep brushing. Get a little bit more water. Just keep brushing. Now you've made like a stain. And everything's still going to stand through. We're just going to brush it up and down, back and forth, spreading your color around. A little bit more water. And it makes a beautiful red stain. And you're going to see this dry before your eyes, much like this. Put a little more color down here at the bottom, at the top. There we go. But it will still have all the beautiful wood grain coming through, but it's going to be stained red. And you can do this with any color that you want. It's just a regular acrylic paint that I am dipping into. Doesn't matter the brand, doesn't matter the type, just paint on a very, very wet brush on this wood. You can still see all the colors coming out. Here we go. We'll let that sit there and dry. Let it dry. And then I think we are going to, should we do this in green? I'm thinking of green. Green might be really pretty. So I'm going to get my brush here, dip it into green. And I don't have to worry. I'm actually going to paint it this way because I don't have to worry so much about the inside, but I want to keep the outside edge kind of clean so that you don't have the bleed over that we will in the end up fixing before we glue all our pieces together. So I'm just going to brush this on, trying to stay off the edges again here. It's easier to control when you use really little amounts of paint. So I kind of just spread it around and then brush it into the right spots. You can do this as like a fun rainbow, which I'll teach you guys more about the rainbow effect of ombre coming up in March. That'll be a good time to bring in some rainbow. But yeah, we're just going to brush it on all the way around the outside here. Yeah, rainbow staining is one of my favorites. We'll get to that. That's something I'll teach you in the Master Crafter. We've got 8 different boxes that you guys could subscribe to. They start with the Mommy and Me, which is for 3 to 6-year-olds, and that one's pretty fantastic. But no glue. So whatever craft we're doing does not involve glue. All the other crafts, and theirs is still wood. It's a wooden craft. But even if it needs to stick together, then they have these little peel and stick. So it's a no glue craft kit so that they don't have to deal with the glue and it still gets to accomplish the whole craft themselves. So it's designed for smaller kids and their parents to do together or for them to do on their own. I've got lots of little guys that are doing it all on their own. And they still get the paint and all the good stuff. And then after that, we can step them up to there's the 7 to 12-year-olds. And that's just they start using glue. They get a little bit harder of a craft, more meant for their skill level, more designed for their mentality. It's a lot of fun. After that, they get to move up to the teen box. And so the teen box is designed for teenagers. It's motivational. It's more with their mentality in mind. It's been a lot of fun to do. My daughter does the teen box. She loves it. She's very much into arts and crafts. And so she gets her teen box every month. You guys get to watch Misty open the teen box every month too. So that's a lot of fun. See how the wood grain's really coming out there? Still coming out in the middle, but you'll watch it keep coming out. This guy, there we go. That's just like that. So now we got this gingerbread bakery to do over here. And I'm not sure what we're going to do with it. I'm thinking I'd really like it to pop in white. And I'm thinking these guys are going to stay just the gingerbread color. I'm going to do just some like bows and such on them. Make them kind of pretty. Give her just a pink bow. Right up here, just some nice little touches. And leave her this nice wood color because she kind of looks like a cookie already. She kind of looks like a cookie. I think I'll do those in white. Keep it a little classic, just a little bit there. You can do this with a small paintbrush. You can do it with your paint pens. If you've got the paint pens, they are pretty good. I really like them. Okay, so I've got her little stripes on. See how fast that goes? And then for her eyes. Do her little eyes. We'll do his eyes at the same time since we make them match. Give him a little black dot in there. Give him a little life. They look a little unlively. But we will get to that once that white dries completely. You don't want to try to interfere with that. We're going to end up with gray eyes. So you want to be careful that if you want to do layers, that we do each of the layers and let them dry. I know it's really hard sometimes. I have the hardest time waiting for the next step. It is really just hard for me. Hard for me. Is it hard for you guys? Comment down below. Don't make me be alone in this. Don't make me be alone in this. I think it's I think it can't just be me. And I'm going to give him a blue tie since I gave her a pink one. Yes. If you guys have not gotten these boxes yet, they are just phenomenal. I've gotten some great feedback on them, which I appreciate so much. You guys have been so amazing and lovely. I think we will actually carry on with that same blue here. And that means we'll do her little lapel pink. You guys have been amazing. And if you haven't gotten a box, get a box. We're actually going to be running a promo. You get a bonus craft. And we are extending it. Well, normally you would have already had to have bought in order to get to the December box. But if you guys buy, since I'm going on vacation and I'm a little ahead of the curve and it's Christmas time, if you guys buy a box before December 10th, you are going to get the Christmas box also. The December box also, which is the winter box. So even though you don't have this Christmas one that has already gone out, you'll get the Christmas for the winter box, which is still very cute, and which has a bonus craft in it for everybody, even our current subscribers. I'm not going to miss out for that on you guys. You guys are still going to get a subscribe. Oh, I should wait. Ooh, I almost did it. Ooh, I almost did it. Put that down. Walk away. Pardon me. Okay, you guys. Subscribe to these new boxes. They're great for gifts. They are phenomenal for yourself. I'm telling you, you want to be a part of it. That's where that whole spiel was going. All right, I'm going to use Flycy because I want to go bright white. And I really love, look at how bright white this is. That's right. And it just flows on. I don't have to worry about it going over the edges. I really like keeping the black sharp edge around it. And so I'm going to go with the pen setup. And oh, see, it goes so quick and so fast. You could easily do all of these crafts in an afternoon. All right. Here puppies barking outside. I had to pause for a second and listen and see if that was my dog. But I do not think it is, so I'm okay. But it always makes you stop as a dog owner. You guys dog owners, makes you go, is that my dog out there barking? Because then you have to worry what's happening. What's happening? They're like your little babies. Any dog owners out there? Put down in the comments what kind of dog you guys have and what their name is. I love hearing about little puppies. They are the best. I just got, you guys have seen, little Ziggy, who now is 25 pounds at, what is he, 16 weeks? I'll have to look and see how many weeks old he is. But 25 pounds. He's a big boy, that's for sure. But he has been my newest little puppy. Then we have Archer. He is a lab husky mix. He's all black with blue eyes. Gorgeous baby, but he's 103 pounds. He's a monster. So he still thinks he's a little baby, though, a lap dog, of course. And so then we also have Mogwai, who is older. He's our oldest puppy we have right now, and he is a border collie, and he is so much fun, but he has a lot of energy. Keeps up with those huskies, no problem. No problemo. So I'm really interested to see in the comments the kind of dogs you guys have. Definitely put that down there. Pictures are great too. I love pictures. Post some pictures of those babies. Let me see what you guys got. These are my favorite. Oh, I really like these gingerbreads. I think I'm going to do a second coat with the white after this one dries completely. But we're going to take a little time out on that so that I can work on the other pieces. I love this tape idea. It really, look at how well that just holds it down. I just move right through the whole thing. Move right through everything. There's a link down below for anybody who is interested, who would like a box like this. There we go. There's a link down below so that you guys can get a box and get a subscription, because the only way to get the box is to have a subscription. It's not available in the store. All these products are only going to be made available to you guys through here. So, and I think I'll take a white pen actually and do a little bit of work on that. So you can take your pens and just trace right along on the inside here. Or you can leave it the way it looks there. It's up to you what you want to do. But since I'm showing you guys options, I'm going to make it pop by just taking a little bit of extra time. And since you have your craft at your home, you could wait till tomorrow and do these letters if you want. It is definitely up to you, but it's definitely easier to do the letters without all the lifted lettering on it. I try to do each layer individually before I put them together because it's easier to treat each layer. And I always kind of piece it together and make sure of what it's going to look like before I do glue. So since I'm doing 3 projects today, I'm probably not going to glue them. But you guys all know how to glue. That's not what we're here for, is to watch me glue. I mean, if it is, let me know. And I will do more gluing videos for whoever you are. But until then, I'm going to skip the gluing today so that I can do that 3rd craft and you guys can see the cute little gingerbread house get put together. So we got cookies for Santa. We've got Made with Love. I want fresh daily. Do I dare? I do. Gotta hold my breath on this one. Ooh. Definitely holding my breath. Pretty good. But I gotta hold my breath one more time. I gotta do daily. Ready? Go. Whew. All right, be honest. Did anybody else hold their breath out there? Did you hold your breath with me? Sweet if you did. Sweet if you did. I can talk through these bigger letters, but oh my goodness. That was a little intense. That's the smallest letters I think I've ever written on wood. And you want to be careful not to press too hard when you're writing the letters, or it'll make your pen kind of spray. Same with like if it was a paintbrush. If you press too hard, it's going to get a big thick blob. You don't want to do that. So you want to make sure you're definitely just kind of floating your pen just as low as it needs to go. I think I'm going to add a couple little embellishments to this because I feel like there should be some dots in the middle here. I'm going to use some colors for that. I'm not sure which colors I'm going to use for that. I'll have to put it all back together and see what I think about that. Because I think with the green, maybe I'll just do 2 green dots. I just think 2 little dots right there. Maybe I should just do it in white. So I'm going to put the green around the outside, not glue it, because again, it's easier to do if you do each layer individually before you glue it. So if you're trying to make a decision, just put all the pieces together. Just stack them up like it is glued. And then you can kind of decide. I think I'm going to do it with white. Yeah, I think that was a good choice. I think the white was a good choice. So I'm going to set that up there. Get it a little out of the way. We got to do our gingerbread guy one more time. But this one's really fast and it just gives it a nice white glow. But before we finish, I want to put red sparkle in the background of, or not red sparkle, we're going to put clear sparkle over the red in the background to give it that little sparkle. Might have been easier if I'd done my letters across the board instead of stacking them on top of each other. I keep sticking my hand to it. I don't know if you guys keep noticing me having to pull my hand up, but it's gotten kind of humorous to me at this point. So we are just going to get this all done. So my trip I was talking about earlier, I am actually headed off for a quick little trip to Las Vegas. So that'll be fun. I'll post pictures for everybody to see. It'll be great. So that's exciting. I am that. I really like that, like a one extra layer, and it only just took an extra minute. We're gonna go check out a thing called the Paradox Museum in Vegas. We're gonna see a show. We've got maybe a hibachi place we might check out, and of course, you know, the Bellagio Gardens. An obligatory thing to see while you're there. I'm really excited to see their Christmas setup. I have heard from a few of my friends who have gone that it's just gorgeous this year, so I'm quite excited. There will be pictures of that, I'm sure. I also need to post you guys the pictures from last night's class. We do these live in-person classes. If you're a local person, check them out on the website down below. You come in person, you pay for the craft, and you get to meet new friends, bring your friends, and we all craft together. I've got all the paint pens that you could think of. I've got brushes and actual paints and glitters and everything to make it all custom. So everybody's doing the same sort of wood layered craft that you're seeing here, and we do that in person. And then we also do private parties. Those are fun too. This is our subscription box. But it can go anywhere. It can go Kansas. We've got subscribers in Florida. We have subscribers locally, of course. Oregon. All over the place. We can go anywhere the post office can go in a pretty rainbow box. Okay, so those are done. I'm going to let those dry. And I'm going to bring these back down for a second because I want to add the sparkle. So I'm just going to take the sparkle, which is going to make everything look like it just went white, but it didn't. But that's how you know you're getting the right amount of sparkle on everything. We're just going to go over the whole thing. And it's going to pick up that red color. It's going to look really festive and fun. I think sparkle should go on everything, which is why I include it in your boxes now. You guys are going to have sparkle on all your stuff. You're welcome. Again, we don't have to worry too much about our edges, even though I seem to be. But to remind myself, it's about to get covered up by a frame anyway. So even if I do the perfect edge, it's going to get covered up. One more. Across the middle. Okay. I'm going to let that guy dry, and then we'll put the rest of the stuff back on top of it. Yes. Like the sparkle. Can you see it very well? You see it? Can you see it? I'm trying to look at the camera. Ooh, ooh. Yeah. All that whiteness will go away, and you'll be able to see just the sparkle with the red behind it. So let's chat about our final project that we're going to work on now that we've got this done. And these are bigger pieces, so I don't really need the tape. So I'm going to just take the word bakery off and give myself a little bit of space. Gingerbread can stay for now. Then I can remove this big tape. There we go. Ah, that's nice. Okay. Our house, we've got a wreath we're going to do. We've got 2 little spearmint or candy cane lollipops. Our grass, some windows with it looks like some frosting at the bottom here. Our frosted top, and then our gingerbread. So your gingerbread, you could do it either just a solid brown if you want it to look like a cartoony. I'm going to go again with that stained look that I was talking about before. And I'm just going to take, let's get these a little out of the way, a little dark brown, because I do want it to be a little more of like a gingerbread color. So I went, this is called chestnut, and I went with that. I'm going to take my brush, the same brush I've been using on everything. I love these brushes. I use them on everything. It's just a square flat. I don't even know what number it is. There's a number. And we're going to get it wet, drippy wet. See, drippy wet. We're going to dip it in there, and with it wet, you can see how it just moves the water along, and we're going to get that nice gingerbread color that I want to go for with this house. Keep your brush wet. If you have to get more water on your brush, do that, but you want to be able to see that wood through a little bit, because when you cook a cookie, it's not perfect brown. And I'm kind of seeing this a little more water, but as like a cookie. So we're going to just get that on there, spread it so it's nice and even, and then we're going to let it set to dry. Okay, so it's just because I got it wet, you can still see all the grains of wood that are in it, and it'll look a little more realistic, I think. What do I know? It's art. You can do it however you want to do it. If you, I think I just got paint on my face. Wouldn't be the first time. You can do it however you want to do it. I'm not here to judge you. There are no rules in crafting. You just don't eat the glue. So let's do here with my greens this time. I'm going to do something a little fun here. Take the green on my brush, and then I'm going to take just a little bit of white on the edge here. And I'm going to go along like this, not ignoring or paying attention to these lights. And then I'm just going to start streaking it down like this, like it is grass or a bush. You can go up, you can go down until you get it covered, but then it's going to give you some texture. As you blend it, you can stab it a little, and then you'll see some different colors. Because, I mean, when's the last time you looked at a bush and it was all exactly the same color? No, you've got new growth in it, you've got old growth in it. Get a little bit more green if you need a little more green, a little more white if you want to put a little more white in there. You just keep blending it through. Look at that. Now I will bring this up a little closer for you guys to take a look at it. But you can see you've got a little bit of texture there. You got a little bit of glow, which is fine, because then we're going to go ahead and get these. These are your Christmas bulbs, is what I see them as. You could, or candy drops, maybe. Oh, maybe they're candy. They're probably candy. It's a gingerbread house. It's candy. But we're going to let it dry. It has to dry 100% before we can do anything with it. Same with this. I'm thinking I want to do something to light up the windows. You can see there's an engraving in there. So we can go and put some paint in there and really light these windows up and make them glow. But we can't do that until this dries. So everything's just kind of in a drying mode there. So let's do some white things, because we've got a few things that are going to need white. Even though I'm going to probably put some color with this and not have it be solid white, since white is kind of the base, I'm going to paint it. You could use your pen and do either one, but I'm going to choose to just paint it white and then come back in and change the color. So I'm going to go right in my circle, paint it all white. I'm going to do the same thing with the other one, and anything else that I want to do white. Like I'm thinking I'm going to do white on the roof line because that looks like frosting to me, which I think of as white on a gingerbread house, but you can do it any color you want. I want to see all the colors. Maybe a little blue would be pretty, like snowy like. We're probably going to put 2 coats of paint on these just so you guys are aware. Because in order to get your white super bright, whether you're using pen or paint, you're still going to want to do 2 coats. So throw a certain wood on here. And then we're going to let it dry so we can come back and give it some color. Dries pretty fast. So this is really starting to dry too. Yeah, it's looking good. I like it. Okay, let's do the top here. And I'm going to kind of just go all the way along, knowing I'm coming back to do it again. It's going to need a second coat. So I just try, and you can get all the way around the edges if you want. It might be good to go all the way around the edges since this is my frosting. Want to do that? We'll do that. I don't think we're going to today. But if you wanted to go all the way around the edges, you just go all the way around, and you just got to paint all the way around. And that's fine. Whatever you want to do, it's yours to do. Yours to do. And take your time, because it's really important that you love your craft, that you want to share it, that you want to display it, put it out there. You can put magnets on the back of it. You can give it away as a gift. You can prop it up in your kitchen. I've got one that's going to go on my cutting board. I've got a little cutting board display. Set it in my plants. Put it in the bathroom. There's lots of little places that you can display these little teeny crafts, and they are just gorgeous. So we'll let that dry. And let's work on getting our wreath green. Because if we're going to do the decorations on it, we're going to have to get the colors on it like we did with that. So we'll just do the same thing. I'm just going to dip it in green. And then I'm going to take just a little bit of white too. Not a whole bunch. And I'm going to actually do a little blend right here. And then I'm just going to do my wreath all the way around. Dip back into my little blend. You guys see my blend? I don't know, it's covered. I'm doing a little blend in the corner. I'm using my tile. You guys can use a mixing plate. You can use whatever you want. But I just kind of it was too much paint, and I don't want to use too much paint, like I've been saying throughout the whole thing. If you have too much paint, it just gets gobby. It doesn't make it cover any faster. You still have to do a second coat. Just want to take your time with these things. Okay, so we got our wreath there. Got my paint cleaned up. All right. Let's work on doing, maybe, let's see, the windows aren't quite ready. So let's do these. What color should we do the windows? Maybe a blue? I think a blue. Bright blue, maybe? Let's do a dark blue since we have snow on that window. That way they really pop out. So we'll do it like a dark blue. It's kind of like a cobalt blue, I suppose. But I really, again, like using these pens. They're fast, they're efficient, and they let my black edges stay the way I want them to. And especially since I'm going to fill this window in with some bright, I'm thinking like yellow and gold behind it. Oh yeah, see, that'll look great. And we'll give it a second coat. I really want my black edges to stay nice and solid, because if they're not, it's not going to make that glow pop. And I am going to use glitter to make it pop. So I really, really want to make it pop. I think it's going to look really sharp. I think you guys are going to like it too. And so if you are looking for ideas, you've got so much you can do before you put this down. It's just got a lot of possibility, a lot of potential. I'm going to go over this one more time. There we go. Look at that's nice and bright. I like that. And then I'll have some snow on it. I'm all finished here. And I've already got that nice little sketch out for you that's on there, the etching out. So you can see right where we're going to need to color to make it pop behind it. So you can see how nice that'll look when we give it you can't see. Now you can see. Yeah, there we go. How nice that'll look when we get that on there. But it's got a little outline back here where you can still do that. So what shall we do next? I think let's put this guy together and give ourselves a little bit of space. Let's do that. I could use a little bit. Made with love, fresh daily. So let's take this gingerbread out. I'm really glad I put the glitter in the background on this. It's a little different than I did on the other one because it's really making my letters pop out pretty good here. All right. All right. Make sure I spell everything right, especially when you're gluing it down. You don't want to get it wrong. That'd be funny, though. It's happened. It's happened. All right, let's get rid of this tape. And then we'll put bakery in. I think before I actually finish this, I'm going to maybe go over my words one more time. But we'll see. Make those pop a little more since I put the glitter. Got our little gingerbreads in there. Oh, look at how adorable that is. Lift that up for you guys. Yeah, it's pretty cute. Definitely like that. That goes well with that. We got our cookies for Santa. All right, now we got to work on this beaut we got here. Okay, so I think we're going to do some yellow. And again, I love these pens. I'm just going to go right in to the outside of where the line is. See, then your window will glow. You can do this with just paint. You can do this with a pen, but you do want to make sure you get to the outside because you don't want to miss any spots. And we're going to get this twice with the pen to make it nice and solid for you. Right there. Look how fun this is. What a nice way to spend the evening. Actually, it was all the chaos of going out of town, you know. We're all like, oh, we love vacation. But the day before vacation, you have to go, especially if you're going without your kids, you have to arrange everything for the sitter. You have to make sure that you've got groceries. You've got to make sure that everything's in order. You got to make sure your pets are in order. You got to make sure that you've packed. Oh, don't forget to pack. I haven't even packed yet. Don't tell Robin. I'll be meeting up with him. He's working there for a while, so I'm going to be joining him. It'll be a nice little break to get to see him and hang out. Got some friends that'll also be in town, so we'll see them. We'll let that dry for a second and come back to it a second time. Let's see here. I think on my wreath, I want it to look like lights and a bow. So I definitely want my ribbon to be red. So I'm just going to do that really quick. I wonder if there's going to be a gingerbread in Bellagio's garden. Their garden is amazing. They make the most amazing things. If you don't know about Bellagio's garden and you're watching, or the gardens at Bellagio, I guess is what it's actually called. It is amazing. Google it, check it out, and go visit sometime because they make the most amazing sculptures and, I mean, sometimes like houses you can go in, all out of flowers. All out of, like, maybe not just flowers, but plants. Definitely plants, and mainly flowers. And it is gorgeous. It is a sight to be seen, I am telling you. So do see it if you get the chance. So let's do some lights. I think I want some orange lights. So we're going to do orange. How many lights do I want? Because I've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ooh, an odd number of lights. Oh, let's see. So we'll do orange. Let's do purple. It looks a little dull, but I think it'll shine once I put some glitter on it, which you know I'm going to put some glitter on it. Let's do, I think I can do different colors on all of them. Let's do a light blue. See how well that shines up. Yeah, that shows pretty well. I like that. We can do yellow. I think we'll have to hit yellow again. Maybe shake up my yellow a little bit more. It's okay, we'll come back and get that again. Shake that up. We can do pink. You can see the difference between the shaken and not shaken. So even with the light color. So you do want to make sure you shake that really well. You can tell right away when you're like, oh, that's just not coming through right as much as it should. So definitely want to do something about that. Oh gosh, I feel like I'm short just a few colors to make this all come together. So I'm going to do the bright green instead of the yellow, since that's giving me issues. Do I put a red light? I don't think I should put a red light. I have a red bow. Do I put a dark blue bulb to go across the purple? No, I think I start over on orange and just roll with it and do an orange here. And purple. Yeah, I think that looks just dandy. Sometimes I overthink things. Do you guys do the same thing with your art? I definitely do. I'm always like, oh, this and oh, that. All right, let's put the second coat on. Now it'll get to be a really bright yellow, which is what we want. And then we'll let that dry and we'll add some glitter to it, and then it'll look like it's glowing. Oh, just going right through this. Look how fun this is, though. I am feeling way more relaxed than when I sat down from all the chaos. But don't worry, I'm going to go right back to that chaos. But it was really nice to take a break. And then I'll go back into getting everything ready, go to the grocery store. Busy girl. That's okay. Then I'll relax. Probably not. I'll probably be really busy when I'm down there too. But it's a different kind of busy when you're on vacation. Do you guys feel the same way? I know sometimes you come back from vacation and you're like, oh, I need a vacation from my vacation. I'm definitely that person, but oh man, it's worth it. Why go somewhere different and not go see everything you can see? That's me. If I'm just going to sit by a pool, I mean, I get it if it's a beach. I definitely get just sitting at beaches, but I just don't think that's all I could do. I just want to sit still long enough. I don't know if you guys have noticed how fast I move, but if you've been in class, see, I do all of it fast, all over the place. If you know me in my personal life, you definitely know that's a thing. Sometimes a break is all that's needed, but I'm really looking forward to it. So it's a nice little surprise I wasn't expecting. Last minute trip. So where's the last place you guys went on vacation to? Or the next place you're going? Do you have something really cool coming up? I do want to hear about anything really cool coming up. I definitely like living vicariously through other people who are having vacations. Love seeing the pictures. So share some of those. Kind of fun. Okay, we are almost done with this yellow. Then we're going to give it a good shake. Keep giving it a little shake, but sometimes you just got to stop and see how much better that flows when I just stop and do what I probably should have done the whole time. There we go, that's better. And then we're going to add the glitter, which is going to like smooth everything out, make it look really nice. Let's do a little bit more white over here. Take the white brush out. Clean those brushes. Do another layer of white on the rooftops and on the candy. So it's like I said, whether you're doing it with a paint pen or whether you're doing it with acting with white. A lot of other things you can do with one color. coat, but white. Yellow is another one that you typically have to do 2 coats on. So it's okay. You just gotta know, oh, I guess I'm not doing my accessories yet. I guess I'm gonna wait for a second coat to dry. That's okay. I'm gonna put some snow on these windows now too this time. Put this on. And it should dry pretty fast. You saw how fast that dried on the first one. So we're just gonna whip on another little coat. Decide what color we want those sticks to be. Maybe red. I don't have a whole lot of red going on in this house, but red might be the answer. So the reason I did the window pane first is because snow should pile like that, like up onto the paint. So I don't want the paint to be a perfect abrupt line. It's a little off, and that's fine. And I'm doing this one a little thick for the paint because I'm hoping the paint dries just a little thicker and looks a little bit like snow. It's going to take a little extra time to dry. Since we're not gluing today, you can see there's a little bit of texture in there. I'll just set that to the side really carefully and work on our other one. I think I'll do a little bit of this on top of the roof too once we make a little thick pout there. So that looks like snow. I like it. So that's a nice thing. Now I'm going to go in and I'm going to do that all across my roof. I think it looked more like snow, which would be fluffier than flat. Or you could add some glitter to it to give it some texture. That's another thought you could do. Which is what we're going to do on our windows. So that sparkle holographic glitter I send you guys looks really good on white too. It does take on a very snowy aspect. It's a lot of fun to do. So I do recommend trying that if you don't want to gob on your white and wait for it to dry for a very long time. Because this will take a little time to dry. But I really think the effect is worth it. So you can't really use it. We'll go over this, I'm sure, again with all the winter crafts coming up, but it doesn't really work the same when you're doing like summer. Maybe you could do it with sand. That could maybe work. Okay, so I'm gonna let this guy dry. Our new snowy roof there. And we're gonna do our candy little drops down in the bottom here. We're gonna use red on this. This guy's gonna be red. So our candy drops, let's make them down here. Let's do an orange one. We'll follow the same colors that we did in our lights. And that means this one's purple. And then our next one was blue. Getting there with the bright blue. Blue's just a little bit brighter, so I can't help myself. A little blue. And then we've got, the next color was the green, which is a super bright green. So it kind of, I think, is a fun replacement for a yellow since I got yellow in the windows. Trying to bring all the colors in. And then we'll do some pink. And then we're back to the orange again, but now it's a big, oops, a big orange. Just gonna suck up the extra. Pushed out too much paint. There we go. That's a little bit better. There's the orange. And then one more purple, but now it's a small purple. So that's going to go here. And we're done. That's really fun. Okay, so now let's get some glitter in the window there. And I think instead of using the holographic glitter, I'm going to use one of the golds I have. because I've got so much glitter. If you guys come to class, you'll see how much glitter I indeed have, which is probably an embarrassing amount. But I don't think I'll need more than that. So let's just work with that amount there. I'm going to get a brush out. Glitter's going to dry clear, remember, even though it looks kind of white right now. So we're just going to put some glitter over all the window, staying inside the line. That's going to be the outside window pane. And it looks like a nice golden sparkle coming inside, like it's nice and warm inside there maybe. Like maybe the awful witch in Hansel and Gretel does not live in there. That's what I think. If you want it to be that way, I would not recommend going with like glitter. Maybe put like doom on there. But you know, that'd be kind of fun to do the Hansel and Gretel one. Probably would have a little bit different look on the inside window. Hopefully super appealing on the outside. Otherwise, how would it work? All right, put this on there. Okay, so you see, I still have so much glitter left. Isn't that crazy? We're going to let that dry. And we're going to work, we have this to work on still before we'll be finished. So this is all just coming together. I'm going to put a few pieces on here so we can start watching it build. Yeah, let that dry. These guys are drying. I'm going to read at the top. All right, let's do some of this. So I'm just going to take my paint pen and follow the line here. And then we'll fill it in. But I'm just going to use this one right now and outline every bit of what I'm doing. And just nice, gentle touch. We're just going to get all of our lines done and then it's aside. So since I'm thinking I would like it to have a red stick, I want to do a red stick. Maybe I'll give it something. Maybe I'll keep it a nice wooden stick. Otherwise, I was worried about which one's going to be which, but I'm just going to go ahead and fill this in now with each one that I want done. So we're just going to quickly do all of these. And every other one is going to be done in red. There we go. And by the time we're done with these, my glitter will be nice and dry. So we're just going to get these all done up. Moves really fast, actually. You just want to make sure that you keep that paint flowing. It should be flowing, not like a marker. So keep the cap in my hand and I just kind of press it in there and it should just flow really nice, like having the most amazing paintbrush in your hand. I'm going to let that dry so I don't smudge it, and I'm going to work on the other one and put the stripes on that while I'm letting that one dry. And the reason I put all the stripes on first is because if you have an accident and you accidentally go outside of your line, it helps you decide, oh, I guess that's the one that's going to be red. But if you don't do all of your lines first, then you don't have that choice. So like this one didn't quite go, so this is going to be my red one now. And I'm just going to work with it from that, knowing that that had to be my red one because I went inside my line. And now no one will even know because I did the red first. So, and then I'm just going to work with every other one. And I'm going to go back and forth between these two candies so that they get a chance to dry and I'm not smudging them because, again, this is real paint. That's the way you'd want it because we're painting these amazing little kits. Look how cute they are. How do you not want to receive these every month? And you never know what you're getting. See, what else do we have? I told you guys about the Mommy and Me. I told you about the teen one. We've got our door hangers club. That one's really fun. Every month you get a circle to hang on your front door that's got a different design on it. They're all 10-inch circles. And this month you guys saw we did a really fun reindeer. I added some snow. Last month they had a turkey. We had a Halloween one too. So you guys always get something very cool. Very cool. And we have this box, which is our, pardon me, I was forgetting to breathe again. This is our mini craft box, and this one's a lot of fun to do also. This one comes in different sizes. We talked about the sizes earlier, but you can do it anywhere from 2 to 5 crafts a month that come into your box and arrive at your house, depending on how much crafting you want to do, or if you want to do multiple crafts in a month or share with a friend. We also have our punny box, which is fun to watch. That's our 18 plus box, and it always has something just a little inappropriate in it, but definitely funny. And everybody's really been enjoying that one. It's taken off. So get in before that one. We're only going to do so many boxes of each one of them before they sell out, because I have to cut all these out. So I can't have it infinitely open. I think I wouldn't have time, and I'd never get a trip. I need a trip. So we also have our Master Crafter box. That one is a lot of fun. It takes a little more time. We don't do that one live. We have that one all nice and pre-recorded. And then what are the other boxes? I think that was it. Oh, the Gnome of the Month. I knew I was missing one. The Gnome of the Month Club is also a lot of fun. They're the cutest little gnomes, and you can do a little add-on for a gnome house. Look at how cute that is. Wait till you guys see this window on it. I'm going to lift it up for you. Okay. Look at those windows. Those are amazing. Those are good. Okay. That's our crafting session today, my friends. Can you believe that? We did 3 crafts. I didn't glue it, but like I said, if you guys really missed the gluing session, you just let me know and I'll start gluing again. But thank you guys so much for coming and crafting with me today. Thank you so much for supporting me in this little box endeavor. It's becoming quite the thing. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for my subscribers, for everybody who's watched today. And if you guys do not have the boxes, you should get one of these boxes. I really appreciate you guys coming in today. I really appreciate you taking your time to craft with me. I can't wait to see what you guys did with your boxes. If you're a subscriber and you were crafting along while I was crafting, or if you're doing this afterwards, I cannot wait to see it. I appreciate all of you guys. And until next time, thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye.